kasi sabi nila. Nag-message na si Louie. Sabi na kay Arvin.
John.
Yes.
My name is Biniam.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
May message ka ba nila nung umalis sila?
So are you still on the phone? You're not on the phone?
Yeah. May message ka nila nung umalis sila? Uy, hindi ko ako narinig. Saan? Diyan nga daw. Ano magbaga na?
Hi, friends. Welcome back. It is, as you can see, very sunny here, and the snow is melting. It's nice right now. I am anticipating that this is all gonna like freeze over in a wee bit though, and yeah. So, hello, Murtaza. There we are. I think. Interesting dynamic is I can't get you guys to correct my pronunciations when I attempt your names. Yeah, there's the sun. Where are you from and what do you do for a living? I am from Ethiopia originally. I live in Calgary, Alberta, which is in Canada. And I do, I'm an Uber driver. Yes. Hi, Pancakes. I like the bow tie. Appreciate the love for the bow tie. It's funny, sometimes people will come on saying they don't trust someone with a bow tie, and I say, that's your loss. This bow tie is pretty fantastic, I think. But interesting how we relate someone's trustworthiness to an item of clothing that they wear instead of the character that they have, right? So, yeah, that's an interesting perspective when they say, can't trust a person with a bow tie. Maybe they've had bad experiences, or maybe it's just something to say to get a response, but I like considering figuring out the character of a person and then engaging with them on that premise, whether they're trustworthy or not, basically. So, yeah. Oh, I have driven on Uber for like 3 to 4 months here in my country, which is Pakistan. Oh, amazing. They have Uber there, eh? That's amazing. What's it like driving there? Hey, how do I? Aviation. I'm not sure if that's a serious question. If you're asking it a serious question, I would say it depends. It depends if it's safe to do so or not. Some parents don't have tolerance for their kids in a certain lifestyle, and others are far more open. So it really depends on who your parents are. If you don't feel like they are open to it, and maybe that's why you're asking how you come out because you don't feel safe in communicating with them, I'd probably talk to a counselor first and get some insight that way. Are you currently in Canada? I am, yes. And you're nervous, then I'd still talk to a counselor. Maybe find a counselor at your school or in your community that you can talk to and get their assistance, because they'll be able to ask you a lot more questions that are geared to figuring out how to, one, help you grow in confidence, two, find the right words. And so, yeah, that's what I'd probably encourage you to consider. Murtaza, yes, I'm in Alberta, Canada, which is on the west side of Canada, the second province in. This is Calgary, Alberta. Beautiful city. It's one of 4 major cities here in Canada. 5 if you consider Edmonton, but it's the 4th one that is the 4th largest one. Nastro, that's the kind of input that we just say you're out of here because we don't have tolerance for questions like that. Something to know, friends, in this chat is I don't give any chances when a person comes in here with questions or contributions to the chat that are crass and inappropriate. I just show them the door with no hesitation, and I ban them. I ban them for good, because the space that we want to curate here is one that is encouraging. That's my intention. It's one where we have good conversations, and when someone comes in peddling cheap wares, where we are dealing with the finer things, then I just show them the door. I want to move to Canada. I don't have a degree, says Murtaza, but I'm doing an e-commerce from the past 3 years. Can you guide me how I can move or find a job in Canada? I can't do that because that's not my skill set. My skill set is in conversations and connecting with people on that level. But yeah, Murtaza, my skill is not in giving advice on how to move to Canada, because I don't know much about that. So I'm the wrong person to ask on that one there. Which country are you from? Says Gulam. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, which is in Canada. Thanks for the input, LV or EV. Michael, I'm not sure what that means, but it seems suspect, so you're on ice, just so you know. Yeah, so I'm an Uber driver here in Calgary, Alberta. I enjoy live streaming my experience as an Uber driver. Quick heads up when I do pick someone up, and if they're not wanting any conversation, then I will basically do what I did before and just show you like the street view of where I'm driving. But for the most part, most people are open to conversations, and you guys just get to be a fly on the wall watching along. So yeah, you're welcome. I am not Indian. No, I am Ethiopian. It's interesting with different people coming in at different times. It'd be nice if there was like a frequently asked question list, right? I could just say check the frequently asked questions, so that I don't have to repeat myself. Not that I dislike repeating myself. It's just it'll fine tune the stream and the information that we're. No, Gulam, I'm Ethiopian ethnically. Oh, sure, I can show you guys the streets for sure. Here, let me give you the street view. I'm just about to merge onto one of our main highways here. I might just need to wash my windshield, but you see, right now with all the snow melting, the roads can get a little bit wet, and it'll be messy. But here's Canada. We're gonna drive into the downtown, I think, if I can make it down there. And I say if I can make it down there because if a call comes in and directs me elsewhere, then that's where I will go. You read the philosophers? I have studied the philosophers, yes. That was part of my undergrad degree. This is a Dodge Journey, so it's a smaller SUV that I drive. A dependable little thing. I'm grateful for it, though. Can you name them? I could, but that's not the point of this live stream, so I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not here to teach you guys about the philosophers. What I am here to do is talk about human connection and experiences and my experiences in them. So you'll probably have to find that interest elsewhere. Gulam or Murtazan. That looks like GTA. Cool.
Speed and red light camera in 300
Neat.
meters.
You're reading nature. Right on.
Limit is
The
50
streets are so
kilometers per
clean,
hour.
says Gulam. I've heard it is a fairly clean city here, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if I've experienced the not so clean cities, and so yeah, but I've definitely heard that feedback from others that this is definitely cleaner. You know, because they get a lot of snow here, they do have the infrastructure to try and deal with the snow plowing and snow removals. So maybe that there's something that goes into that as well. So as you can see, this is a very wet street, which means cars are traveling. They kick up a lot of the salty, snowy water that's melting, and so windshield washer is very much needed so that you can keep your windshield clear and clean. Another thing that I found works is I keep a space away from the vehicles ahead of me so that I don't catch the spray right on my windshield, but I let it, sort of fall down to the ground first, and then I don't have to use as much windshield washer. Have I been to America? I have a couple of times. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times for sure. It's a big country though, so lots of states. I haven't been to all the states though. Is it illegal to change lanes in Canada? Nope, you can do it. No, you can change lanes here. My goodness, you guys have a lot of technical questions. I'm going to be just addressing, though, into what I do as an Uber driver and my perspectives on how to be amazing, how to give amazing service. I mean, I know all the answers to these other questions, but they're just not my interest. And what I'm curating here is basically a space where, one, I can model what amazing service looks like in the context of being an Uber driver. And secondly, I also want to showcase like what good human interactions look like too. So not only good service, but also good connections between human beings. And so if you guys have like comments or questions about that, I'm more than happy to address those. What you're seeing over yonder there is our our downtown core, and we're just about to drive into it. In fact, I think I'm gonna drive a different way into the city here because this line is, it's a little long. I just gotta wait to see if I can merge though. The scariest experience driving at night, Gulam, is probably, I don't get a lot of scary experiences honestly, but the one I can remember was a really abusive boyfriend and his girlfriend who got in my vehicle. He was just abusive verbally, and he'd had a bad night at a party, and he was really upset because he felt like he'd been disrespected, and so he was yelling at his girlfriend. He was yelling at me as well. You couldn't do anything right basically in the service, and so that's probably the scariest I would say. But that's, I haven't really had any scary experiences per se. What a beautiful day here in Calgary though. Oh, one of the things that this city is known for, it's known for
speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour.
how much sunshine it gets throughout the year. Even in the winter, when it's not snowing, it's like really bright like this. It might be really cold, but it's really bright. This bridge here that we're going to go over is just going under some renovations, but it's one of the main ways into the city.
Speed and red light camera in 100 meters. Speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour.
And as we go into the downtown now, you're going to notice that the traffic is going to get quite heavy. And that's because, hello energy, the traffic gets heavy because everyone is leaving at the end of the day from work home. And so, yes, that's what we're going to find as we get into the downtown core. I imagine that we're going to get a ride somewhere along the way. So when that happens, I'll throw the camera back onto me. Why are you driving alone? Isn't there anyone else in the car? Gulam, not at the moment, no. I'm waiting for another trip to come in for me to go and pick them up and drive them. So at the moment, I am on my own. Hence why I'm talking to you guys. But usually though, when I am with a rider, I don't respond to the comments until after the rider's left the vehicle. Hey Ryan, how are you, man? Ooh, isn't that a beautiful city skyline though, you guys? Oh, I love it here. I picked up a bunch of Simpsons DVDs today. Oh, awesome, man. That sounds like a good time. I don't hear many people using, my windshield again here. I don't hear many people watching DVDs anymore. Usually most people are streaming, so that's pretty old school, almost it sounds like, going and getting DVDs. I love taking the time to watch shows, but I rarely get the time to just because my schedule is quite busy. If I can get a physical copy, I will, says Ryan. Oh, I see, cool. So a general question, why don't you stay at one place when there are no rides available? Won't it save you the gas tank? It would, yes. But sometimes you have to drive to the spots where it's most advantageous to get a ride. So that's why I'm coming to the downtown. I'm coming to the downtown core because being down here, I just got a trip right now, for example. But being in the downtown core is where I'm more likely to get a ride at this time. So that's why I drove down here. Does that make sense? It's a great question, but yeah, for me, I had to actually drive to the place where I'm more likely to get a ride. Alright, where am I here? I'm gonna pull over on this side here. And I'm gonna change the camera back on me, just to protect the anonymity of my riders as I pull up there. And let's see here, I'm gonna look for this rider somewhere over under here. Here we are. Houses are definitely expensive here, yes. Alright, I'm just looking out for my rider now, whenever they arrive. There's a bit of a pile of snow that they have to navigate over to get into the vehicle, but it's not too bad. Which is the highest tip you've ever received? Maybe $100 tip. It was once upon a time. But yeah, it's always nice when I get a tip. But like they say, it's not necessarily expected. I like getting tips when the rider feels I went over and above, right? That's, in my perspective, the true nature of why we get tips. I'm not seeing the rider quite yet. But I'm just keeping an eye out for them. The reason I'm keeping an eye out for my rider is because one of the things I like to do is grab the door for my rider, just to welcome them into the vehicle. It's just part of the service that I appreciate giving. This might be my ride, I think. Let me just go check. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, I do play music with it when they're in there. Is your bow tie? No, it's not effective.
Fix.
Hello, David.
How's it going?
Not bad. How are you, man? End of your day, I imagine?
End of the work day.
End of the work day.
Now it's
You're-
second job of taking care of kids.
Oh, I see. Yes, that is another
Good
engagement.
job, better job.
Yes.
Still,
How old are they?
9 and 7.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
good age.
9 and 7. Yeah, they're still preteens.
Yeah, but the 9-year-old to girl, and she's like,
A little older already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like, it kind of feels like it's just like every generation kind of gets older quicker, you know what I mean?
I hear ya.
Yeah.
Others,
It's all, it used to be like, toys and like stuffed animals,
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Now it's just like clothes.
I see.
Yeah.
Quick heads up, I have a live stream going on, just an unusual dynamic in my Uber, so just don't say anything too personal or whatever that you don't feel comfortable going
okay.
online. Yeah, I want to make sure you don't get caught off guard that way.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
I've got 12 kids myself.
Sorry, how many?
12?
12 kids.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't look old enough to have 12 kids.
Oh, I don't look as... I look younger than I look. How's that? Yeah.
So that's a good way to have it.
Yeah, I think... you know when you don't mind about something, but then you have it, and you're like, oh, I guess I have it, but other people really appreciate it more than you do.
Yeah.
That's how it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. No, I've got 3 though. Mine are 13, 11, and 10.
Oh, nice. Just
Yeah.
boys, girls, or what?
My son is in between his 2 sisters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Being a dad though, eh?
It's very rewarding.
I think so.
Yeah. It's not work,
Absolutely.
but it's very rewarding.
I think there's so many ways I feel we get it easier than women in general, but even being
Oh, I
a
don't
dad
disagree.
and a mom, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more you put into it, the more you get out.
Sure. And yeah, stereotypically, it just seems we're a little more easier going with expectations or things like that than
I think it depends on the family, but
true. True enough.
Depends on the-
Stereotypically, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. What would you say has been the biggest difference for you since you became a dad? Like, how did it
I
change?
kind of feel like the most important person in your life before you have kids is basically generally is yourself.
Yeah.
And probably your significant other.
Sure.
1A, 1B. But
Yeah,
then when you have kids, I think like they become the most important.
Right.
Right? You know?
Yeah.
So it's not about what you want. It's
Sure.
what's best for the kids.
Yeah. Highly invested there, kind of.
How about
Yeah.
you?
I would say for me, it's more along the lines of, yeah. I would say, like, when I first became a dad, my primary concern was, how do I do this well? How do I not screw
Well,
them
it's
up?
stressful, yeah. Especially with the first one, right?
Oh my goodness.
And then
yeah.
the second one, like first one, I think I called Health Link or whatever, like
Yeah.
15 times. The second one I didn't call out because I'm like, you're fine. Or you usually like boil the soother or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
The second one, you're just like wipe it off and stick it back in the mouth.
Exactly.
You're just like so.
You're
I
like,
just don't trust your parenting instincts the first time. You're just worried about everything, right?
you just don't want to question more. Do you remember the first time you changed the diaper, for example? You were just so ginger.
Oh yeah.
And then by the the last one, you just kind of like just whipping them all up.
Just like anything, do it a bunch of times.
Absolutely, yeah.
Confidence. It's just not a big
Exactly.
deal anymore.
And yet, when I see babies again now, I'm like, holy crap, I've forgotten all these seasons that we
Oh,
went
yeah.
through,
Oh yeah.
It's just bygone, and you're like moving on and that kind of thing, right? But
It's always nice to like kind of scroll through old pictures and stuff. It's
That
like, when you're, like,
too.
3 years old.
yeah,
So much has changed. It just goes by so fast.
it does. I was just about to say that. It, like, my eldest is a teen now, and it's like, how's
How's
that
that
happen?
going?
Good. I mean, I've worked with kids for decades.
Oh, okay.
Decades. So, like, it's not unfamiliar to me.
Yeah, okay.
And I find this season actually kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Because this is like when you really see them stepping into their independence and
Yeah.
branching out. And I guess, like, what we're trying to do is raise independent beings. So,
Yeah,
so
you're gonna have to let them go at some point.
absolutely.
Your job is to.
facilitate that, right? Yeah.
Hey, man.
David, nice
Good
to meet
chatting with
you.
you.
Likewise.
Yeah, have a
Until
good
next
one.
time. You too, man. And have fun with them.
Yeah.
All right, let me catch up with some of your comments here. Also, do I talk to them? Yes, Galam, I definitely talk to them. Salam, Noah, how are you, brother? Yeah, so, oh shit, I didn't want to turn here. I gotta turn around over here. This is a dead end. Anyway, yeah, I look forward to opportunities to connect with my riders for sure. Sometimes, however, they may be given cues that they're not interested, and so I'll honor that as well. And that's when I'll usually turn the camera around and show you guys something a little more entertaining on the road, and that's the road that I'm navigating. But But yeah, that was a short trip. Let's head back downtown and see if there's any more fares we can pick up along the way. Someone was asking, I think it was you, Gulam, or someone, why don't I stay in one spot and get trips that way? I don't do that because, I mean, I do that, but I also, a big part of this job is understanding the dynamic of the community in which you're in. So the real questions to be asking are, when is it a good time to be available to go driving, for example? When's it a good time to not be out driving? And where do you want to be at, wherever you're at, basically? Because there are some places that it's just slow, right? And there's other spots that are far more busy at different times. And so you're looking for, when are people off work, for example, and needing a ride? When are events happening in the city, from sports events to music shows and stuff? Yeah. So all that to say, it's kind of a sociological engagement where you are learning about the community in which you live in. So where do I want to turn here? I want to turn to... Alright, let me show you the streets view again as I drive back into the city here. At this point, maybe I'll just, it's approaching 40 minutes here on this live stream. Let me go ahead and close this live stream, and then I'll open up a new one so that we have manageable time frames for our live stream episodes. I'll bring this to a close, and then I'll start the next one on the next ride here. See you soon.